Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Rule the Waves 2. So I had to make some adjustments. When I went back and rewatched the last video, I realized that at least some of the audio tracks of the background music that plays in the background, or the royalty-free music that I have playing in the background, just so there's a little bit of background music, was a little bit loud on some tracks, so I had to apply a blanket audio level decrease. In post for last part, this part I've adjusted it to make it a little bit quieter. But let me go ahead and actually, start up the music. And let's go ahead and continue. So we are currently fighting a war with Russia. Last part we fought a fairly successful battle that granted us over 6,000 victory points. You might be thinking to yourself, wow, 6,000 victory points. That's a lot. You're going to win this soon. Well, yes, we're going to win it soon, but actually 6,000 victory points is not a whole lot. All things considered. If Russia had anything I cared to take, I don't think I'd be able to take anything with 6,000. So, yeah. We've still got a little bit of ways to go if we wanted to be able to take anything. Russia is not currently being blockaded because I don't have a bunch of ships in Northern Europe, which is their home region. If I had a bunch of ships in Northern Europe, I would be able to blockade them, which would greatly increase their unrest level, which would potentially force them to come to the negotiation table much faster and with even harsher peace deals. But let's go ahead and continue on. So we get an enemy coastal raid in the same area as last time. I have 4 battleships, 2 light cruisers, and 10 destroyers in the area. They have a single battleship and 6 destroyers in the area. I kind of expect them, but we'll see if it happens, but I expect them to decline battle. Warning, force. Russia main force could not find force flag division. Deployment interrupted. Okay. I'm going to save. Okay, let's try that again. I've gone ahead and saved and reloaded, and I don't know why it was giving us an error like that. That's a little bit weird. Don't know if Russia's trying to do something weird in the background that's causing issues. Okay, enemy coastal raid on the west coast. They are actually going to give us this. They have a battleship. I'm pretty sure that's all it said they had. So, yeah. Between parts, I did go ahead and set up my Excel spreadsheet that contains all of the information of every single enemy class of ship. I didn't do it for every single individual ship because there's just no point for that. I only care about the individual classes. Now it is night, so there is a half-decent chance that I won't actually see them. But we do have a decent amount of time. Scenario time is 800 seconds or whatever it is. I don't actually know. 800 units of time. Some arbitrary unit of time. Yeah. Presumably we would find them over here in Astoria or up here heading into Seattle. I'm not quite sure which it will be. Although I kind of would have expected it to have occurred much sooner if we were going to, so... Oh, here we go. I was about to say, maybe we won't run into each other. I was wrong. And they actually have 2 things here, so... I was not paying attention to what the game said, evidently. For some reason, I could have sworn it said it was just a battleship, but... Are you sure that's an armored cruiser? Because I feel like it's... Oh, well, I am still on fast. That's probably why it seems like it was going a little fast for an armored cruiser. Okay, we got the Bainbridge coming up. Bainbridge, do you got a shot? No, you don't, for some reason. Okay, now that's a battleship. For some reason, you don't notice it's there at all. Really not a lot of point in firing that shot, because you're unlikely to hit at all. I don't know where the hell you guys are even aiming. But it does not look like it's in the same postcode. Which class are these? These are the Montanas, yeah. Yes, the game does have a feature where you can tell it to generate a image representation of this. You could also make your own if you really wanted to. I don't have the time or skill to bother doing that, so we're not doing that. There's the battleship. There's the armored cruiser. I'll let my light cruisers go for the armored cruiser. Nope, game. When I do spacebar, you're only supposed to go for like 5 seconds or something like that. Also, we're gonna break the berry off along with the Bane Bridge. And Bane Bridge is not quite going in the direction I would want it to go for heading back home. Head literally straight for Astoria. If you run into the ground, don't worry, because you can't actually run aground. You may want to head further south first. Now you can head straight for Astoria. If you can find that battleship again. We may not be able to. That's a shame. For now, I'm actually going to go ahead and say, let's take what we can get and let's try and get rid of that armored cruiser. It'll hurt them. And in the meantime, we'll let our destroyers head north to try and find the battleship. Which I actually don't know if it's heading straight north, so I'm going to send somebody northwest and somebody northeast. If I had another destroyer that wasn't going home, I would send it straight north. Also, you guys turn a little, because armored cruisers are allowed to carry torpedoes, as we saw in the last battle that we fought with the Russians. So we need to keep an eye out on that. My battleships were a little faster. I'm probably going to design new battleships after this war is over. I mean, in terms of firepower, these current ones aren't that bad. Their main issue is they have, like, literally no speed at only 17 knots. They can't really keep up with anything. I'd like to get them to 20 if at all possible. But admittedly, it is probably a little early to try to get to 20 on a battleship, but still. Yeah, well, I don't think we're going to find the battleship. Let's just take what we can get and sink this armored cruiser. Oh, it's turning again. Chattanooga, you get a torpedo shot? No, we don't. I mean, I kind of expected you not to, but, you know, figured I'd give you a shot. There you go. Now you do. And hit. Wonderful. Aim reports light damage. I think that's BS, personally. One, because they don't have torpedo protection. So that torpedo should definitely be hurting quite a bit. Still don't quite have a shot, and he's turning off. Oh, there we go, okay. Seem to have killed their engine now. Oh yeah, they're taking heavy damage. That was just a spare torpedo for the hell of it, basically. So that guy's gonna sink. That's a safe bet. He's sinking. Heavily damaging, basically has stopped dead in the water. Let's keep heading north. They're probably not going north. They're probably going like northwest. But I think it's unlikely that we're gonna find the battleship. My guy? Okay, I guess he made it home and the game just automatically sent him into port because it realized how damaged he was. Because I'm pretty sure they're not going to go to Seattle. I'm pretty sure he ran off. So we're stuck waiting until the game says scenario ends. Let me... Okay, game. I imagine it's not actually a Corvette that's over there. I imagine that that's probably the battleship that is being misreported as a Corvette, which can happen. It's generally unlikely because, you know, how the hell do you mix the two up? Corvettes are typically only like 600 or 900 tons. You know, a battleship is tens of thousands of tons, so it's a little hard to screw up and misidentify, but it is technically possible, especially at night. Okay, it is now day. Don't know if that guy headed south or not, though. I'll send my battleship and cruiser south. And we lost sight of him. So we sunk an armored cruiser, but the battleship got away, which sucks. Where'd the battleship go? Oh, it did indeed go west. I don't know what was being reported as firing over here, because I'm pretty sure we would have run into the battleship. It is night, maybe he would have been able to, but that's a lot of distance for the battleship to cover. With a speed of 19 knots? Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it didn't get from over here to over there, so I don't know what was happening down here, but something was going on. Go ahead and leave the scenario. Got us a little bit extra stuff. We're well on our way to understanding hardened AP penetrator, which is useful for increasing armor penetration of AP shells, of course. Doesn't really help us with anything else, but you know, AP shells are still nice. So they now have only 2 armored cruisers, so say carriers, armored cruisers in service. And they are building 2 more. We got another cruiser action over here. I have my 2 battleships, 2 light cruisers, and 2 destroyers against an armored cruiser, 3 light cruisers, and a AV. I'm pretty sure AVs are seaplane carriers. I highly doubt they have seaplane carriers, game. And we're going into this with destroyers and cruisers. Okay. And it's the light cruisers even, not even my nice armored cruisers. Well, I say nice, they're not that nice really. They're okay. Okay, considering these guys turned information, I'm pretty sure they're both light cruisers, even though one is being currently reported as an armored cruiser. Yeah, I just don't think that that's the case, game. I think you're lying to me. Yep, there we go. They're both Avrova classes, which I don't recall how many of those they had. And I can't pull up the almanac while in here. How fast are they? They're going at 20 knots. But their max speed is 22. 6-inch guns, we have 5-inch guns, so they actually outrange us. your little pea shooters of 3-inch guns are not going to do anything. There's no way now you're going to penetrate these guys. The only thing you guys can do is use torpedoes, and torpedoes against armored cruisers, while not an absolute waste considering there's nothing else for you to engage, good luck actually getting in there. Especially with secondaries. And those 3 inches will actually potentially tear you apart. Turn. Ah, shit. San Fran got hit. So technically I have 5 guns firing on them. Actually, so did that 8. Well, no. They don't have 5. Actually... That... what? 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, I have 5 that can fire on them. Oh, their spacing is just a little weird. They still get 5. But I have a center turret. On the side. I don't know what the hell. I feel like I should have 6 firing, but I don't, actually. I don't know why. The designs are basically 1-to-1. Ah, okay, they moved theirs up a little bit. That's the thing that's screwing with me. That this center one is moved up a little bit. On their version of my design, because, you know, the Russians had to knock off my design. Turn a little bit. Ah, damn it, they turned. Now, I think we're going to struggle to actually penetrate them as well. At 5,000 yards, which... turning it is. How far away? 2,200. We can pen about 2.5 inches of belt armor. Okay, in theory we should be able to penetrate them. Just I'm not really seeing hits on them. There we go. Saw a hit, but I don't know if it's actually a good hit, because, you know, they don't have health bars. Well, they do. I just can't see them. Got a shot. Try it. You got a good shot. Got a shot on the lead. Do. Shit, he turned. Yes, I'm pretty sure we're not doing that much. No, damn it, game. Why do you do this sometimes? You got a shot? You do. Take it. Damn it, he turned. I mean, I should have realized he was making a turn, but, you know, I kind of expected him to keep going just a little bit longer. That guy's reporting medium damage. Well, we're reporting medium damage on that one, but, you know, considering it's still going to 20 knots, I kind of doubt that. And now we're reporting light damage again. The Barry's the only one with torpedo left, and the Barry is badly damaged, of course. Barry, do you got a shot? You do. Take it. Then I'm sending the Barry home. And the shot missed. But we managed to break them up. Chattanooga, I'm pretty sure you don't have a shot right now. You need to be a little bit further ahead. For a second there, I thought we hit his, locked his rudder. One's reporting heavy damage, which is nice. And I'm kind of inclined to agree with that assumption that this one is heavy damage, considering he's only going 10 knots while the other is going 15 still. Typically when their speed starts decreasing, you know that they are actually suffering damage, because they'll be knocking out machinery and things like that. So heavy damage 10 knots, I can believe that. Heavy damage 15 knots, not so much. So I'm pretty sure that guy's only medium damage. Nope. Let's continue chasing. No, Barry. I told you to go home. Go south. That's safest. They're kind of hurt. I don't really feel like trying to deal with rebuilding destroyers right now. You guys' max speed is 22, right? Yeah, 22, okay. But you're not going 22, so that's fine. But there we go, see. 15 knots medium damage. Again, I can believe that. Not that heavy damage 15 knots crap you guys were reporting a little while ago. Oh, he's on fire apparently now. There we go. Yeah, that'll hurt you. Oh, did we? Oh, we actually did it this time for once. We actually did manage to knock out their, well, not knock it out, but lock their rudder in place. Now it's on the other, your torpedoes that function are on the other side, so I need to turn how you guys are moving if I want you to fire your torpedoes. There we go. That's probably going to do him in now. Ah, I didn't mean... I think I accidentally separated you guys. I didn't know I could do that. You know what? That's fine. Whatever. Chattanooga, you can stay down here, but the San Fran's gonna go. Oh no. Oh shit. I didn't separate you guys. I don't know what the hell happened to the Chattanooga, but it just took a beating. It is suddenly suffering a massive amount of flooding for some reason, and I don't know why. Ah, Chattanooga got hit by a torpedo. I think I read that wrong, and I thought I hit them with a torpedo, but evidently that's not the case. They hit me with one. Yeah, Chattanooga's probably going to sink. I'm just going to go ahead and mention that right now. The Chattanooga is probably done for. I don't see it getting 102 flooding under control. But let's try to get it out of here at least. Oh, San Francisco, one of its guns out of ammo. No, it's not actually out of ammo, game. It's just... It's disabled right now, that's all. It's not actually out of ammo, game. You lied to me. Yeah, Chattanooga's screwed. Hopkins, you just keep following him. San Fran's gonna try and take care of this other one. Chattanooga's limiting flooding. Got down to 19. Still at 19. There you go. Chattanooga, you're getting the hell out of here. You need to go home. You got serious flooding damage. You're not going to be able to do anything. So just limp home at a nice slow pace of 10 knots. Or, excuse me, well, 5 knots rather, actually. And you turned around. Oh, game claims you're sinking, but I'm pretty sure you're not, considering you're still moving at a whopping 10 knots. I highly doubt you're sinking. For some reason, the San Fran is reporting that it has 2 torpedoes still, which I kind of doubt. But if you want to say you still got torpedoes, be my guest. Also, you're gonna have to get closer. No, game, that's not gonna hit. I know that's not gonna hit, game. Let's try this again. Just, you know. Eventually you'll get a firing arc that will actually be able to hit. Probably help if I slowed you down, if I'm honest. That's not gonna hit. Turn a little more. And now you're gonna be out of arc. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that guy's actually pretty badly beat up. I'm surprised the Hopkins is still alive, to be honest with you. Considering it's going up against a light cruiser and it has literally no armor. Because it's a destroyer. And destroyers, at least in the early game, aren't allowed to have any armor. I think later on you can. Particularly when they're bigger. Yeah, no, because of where your torpedo is, I can't actually get you to line up on the other side. You know what? Go to cruising speed. I need you to get a smaller circle with them. Check back up on the Hopkins. It's still going. That guy's actually slowed down. I'm gonna move you down to cruising speed. I don't want you to overtake him too much. You know what? Screw it. Take the shot. It's not gonna hit. I told you so. You know what? I'm pretty sure that guy's done for. I say that, and that is when they decide to get their frickin' rudder back. Oh well. They're still on fire, right? Yeah, they're still on fire. I'm pretty sure they're done for. And luckily for me, they're coming for the San Fran rather than Chattanooga. San Fran up here to deal with the other one. Okay, you managed to get a resupply of torpedoes, so apparently we do have torpedo resupply for submerged torpedoes. Which I did not realize was a thing. I actually don't use submerged torpedoes often. I actually, more often than not, they're one of the first things I strip off of a ship if I have to take weight off of it after, or to do a redesign. I don't know which side this is on. It's on the port side. fire. Really? That missed. Okay, well that guy's down at 5, so I am pretty sure he's done for. He's at 5 knots, which means he's very heavily damaged. He actually has a half-decent chance of sinking. But I guess we're just sort of going to be stuck continuing to circle him until he finally does officially become sunk. How much ammo you got? You're actually almost out. Or at least you're getting low. You may not be almost out, but you are definitely getting low. There you go again, getting magical torpedoes. But yeah, we do apparently have... Really? You missed again? So yes, we do apparently have torpedo reloads. Which, I mean, is nice, but I didn't realize that was a thing with submerged torpedoes. But it is helpful to know that. And you're on fire. And you are actually badly hurt compared to the other one, even more so. I don't know what happened to the other one because it's night and I can't see it, and I don't know where it went. Oh, Chattanooga, how are you doing? You didn't get any new flooding, right? Nope. Wonderful. Just keep limping along at 5 knots. I believe there is a speed that anything above that has a greatly increased chance of causing flooding. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. The Chattanooga really can't afford to get any bulkheads to blow, so we'll speed it up just a little to 6 knots. No more magical torpedoes? Nope, okay. At least not yet. Yeah, actually I think we might be all out of our magical torpedo reloads on the San Fran. Oh, the other one did sink apparently. Wonderful, it sunk off screen. And then this one we finally decided it has officially sunk. Wonderful. I don't know where the other one sunk. I just can't see it at all. That's fine. We won. Ah, wonderful. We managed to get the blueprints of the Imperator Alexander. I'll have to update my Excel spreadsheet after the part is over. I mean, I could pause to do it, but it's not that important, to be honest. Russia's laid down a bunch of corvettes. Now, Russia should be wanting to come to the table soonish. Because they really don't have a shot. I don't know why that is in giant bold letters. Or giant bold font, rather. Don't think there's anything I really want to do here to the Illinois. Yeah, I don't know why that's become bold now, but you know what? I don't mind it. I actually kind of prefer it bold, if I'm being honest. So... you have better 6-inch guns. And that does... you are still overweight. By quite a bit. This... when the game auto-designs stuff, it seems to play by a different rule set. And so you can get things like this, where a ship that I would not be able to build, because it would be overweight no matter what, is able to be built. And is actually functional. Despite me shouldn't be able to do that. So I can take a little bit of armor off the turret tops, but that's not going to do anything. I really don't think there is actually a way that I can get the Pueblo to be upgradable. Like, the only way I can maybe do it is to strip off tertiary guns and do a refit, or replace machinery. Because it's just not really possible to close that down. I mean, I could bulge it and make it even slower, 21 knots. That's a little too slow for my liking, to be honest. Out of curiosity, what kind of pre-dreadnought can we build? So, pre-dreadnoughts are a little too slow to be able to bother with the torpedoes, if I'm being honest. Can I get you to 20 at all? In theory, yes. In all likelihood, probably not. I can get you to 19 though. You don't have a lot of ammo, and I can't really give you... It'll be a pain to upgrade your fire control when the time comes. But technically, this class of ship, labeled as a New Mexico, would be possible to be built. But we're not going to do it because we're not in the market for a new battleship right now. Oh, and an unexpected battle. And they actually have 3 battleships here. But it's a coastal raid, so I probably won't have to fight the battleships. Or maybe I will, because I got my battleships, which is an indication that there probably will be fighting of battleships. Wonderful. And I'm just going to press E and let the game run until something happens that forces the game to pause, such as, you know, unknown ship spotted. Of course, it is assuming that we will spot each other. There is no guarantee that that happens. Now, they do apparently have 3 of their battleships at most. Well, I'd fairly say of 3 in the area. I don't know with complete certainty if I will be fighting all 3 or if I'll be fighting only 2. Spotted. They are further south of my destroyer. And I'm pretty sure that's an enemy destroyer. We haven't identified it yet. But I'm 99% certain it's a... No, that is actually an armored cruiser. Is it actually an armored cruiser or is it a battleship? It's actually a battleship. So everybody was wrong. I thought it was a destroyer. Game said, no, it's an armored cruiser. And I said, no, it can't be an armored cruiser. Is it a battleship? And of course, that's when it turns out, yes, it's a battleship. And it is the Imperator Peter Veliki class. Which we fought last time and got very lucky shots off. Managing to sink them with a single torpedo a couple times. I don't recall. 1.5 inches of deck armor, but 10 inches of belt armor. I'm pretty sure you can't penetrate the belt. Yeah. And to penetrate the deck, I will have to get you out to at least 8,000 yards. I wish I could match heading. I really do wish there was like an option to say like match the course of that ship. And the San Francisco is apparently failing to follow orders. There we go. Now somehow we've gotten lucky. And managed to apparently find only the battleship, which is a little strange, to be honest. Let's match their speed. Let's close the gap just a little bit more. technically we can pen it at 8,000. We're at 9,000. So let's try to more or less match their heading now. The Ohio fires and straddles the target. You guys don't have a lot of good hit chance. Secondary battery interference, 3 ships firing on the same target. And, you know, my tech level, we're not exactly the most accurate. And San Francisco's turret jammed. You know what, San Francisco? I'm going to tell you to just hold your fire outright. So you're not penalizing these guys' hit chance. At least as much. I swear your hit chance just went down. Oh. Is the New Jersey just a more accurate shot than the Ohio? Really? I mean, you do you game, but I'm pretty sure they both have the exact same crew experience. New Jersey fires and got a hit. Previously, New Jersey fires again and gets another hit. New Jersey fires and hits again. Well, it says targets. We fired 4 of our guns. We got 1 hit. I guess the rest were straddles? I assume that's what that's saying, because it did say that the target was straddled, but I also got a hit. I also got none. Okay, the Ohio just sucks, apparently. It does not know how to aim, if its life depended on it. Because the New Jersey is just doing so much better. I'm not seeing any hits from the Ohio. Okay, San Fran's got its turret back in action. You hold fire, and I'm gonna tell you to back off. They are... you know what? Just keep heading south. I wanted you to do 180. Like, literally just head straight south. That's perfectly fine. Just head straight south. Although they are closing the gap, which I'm not a big fan of. Okay, but I think it was just so that they could maybe be able to penetrate our armor. I guess they got a little bit too far off, and now they're turning off, which I'm not a fan of, because then I can't get them. Go to squad max. Because they're doing 15 knots, and I want to be able to close the gap. Now I'm limited to only having my front turrets firing on them, which does hurt. Because we're not being able to fire as much. Game's reporting heavy damage, but that's a load of bull. I can tell you that right now. 0 hits, game auto-saved. No hits, no hits, no hits. Ooh, Barry got a hit to the superstructure. That hurt. Have the Barry back off. That was probably one of the secondaries, because I'm... No, it's actually firing its main guns at the Barry. Yeah, Barry, get the hell out of there. And you misunderstand signal. But you are going in a slightly better direction in a sense. You're heading northeast, while the enemy is heading straight west, so that'll allow you to get further away much faster. No, keep going. I was trying to select the San Francisco. No hits. And you gotta clean your grates, for whatever that's worth. Ooh, Ohio took a hit to the superstructure, but doesn't seem to have really done anything. Pretty sure the New Jersey's not doing much good now because it's behind the Ohio. Oh, shit, but that hit on the Ohio does seem to have slowed us down. Limiting us to 16 knots as opposed to our max of 17. Let's have the Barry come back. I don't think we're going to be able to sink this battleship. Our guns just aren't that great. Is really the simplest way to describe it. Our guns just are not that great. And plus, my understanding is these values are just the average. The actual value is plus or minus 20% of this. So even though technically speaking we can penetrate their deck armor at around 8,000 yards, well, starting at 8,000 yards, as a result of that plus minus 20%, and I'm not going to bother doing the math, there is the potential that we do potentially fall under the deck armor. Actually, no, that's 1.5. I've been reading this damn thing wrong the entire time. They have 1.5. We can't actually penetrate their armor at all, technically speaking, but we have done damage. I assume with high explosive, just, you know, throwing enough at it. Enough of it at... No, we're firing AP, actually. Okay, I guess we're just throwing enough at it that it's causing little dents in their hull that, you know, eventually allow us to do some damage. But yeah, we're not sinking them. Not anytime soon, at least. Ohio's almost out of ammo. And New Jersey has actually taken a number of hits, apparently. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to sink him unless I can get a nice torpedo in on him. Which, if the not the last battle, but you know, that first battle we fought with them is any indication, there's a half decent chance that they'll just explode as soon as a torpedo hits them. A little faster. Ah, shit, he's waving off. Don't quite have a shot. Even though technically you're faster than him, you just can't get a shot. Turning into D, that does technically give you a shot, but it's unlikely to hit? Yeah, I figured as much. Come on, Barry. There you go. Fire that. Boom. There we go. Get the other one in there. Oh, you don't have a solution right now. Because he's waving off again. San Francisco's not going to have a shot. Actually, you do. Never mind. Give it a shot. Boom. Another hit. San Francisco, get out of there. Barry? You got one last torpedo, and then you are hightailing it out of there. That actually missed. And there we go, they sunk. So that battle could have gone a little bit faster, if I'm being completely honest, but, you know, we'll take what we can get. The enemy has sounded us about a negotiated peace, with us gaining large disputed border areas in some of their colonies. The president wants to know my opinion. We can secure even better terms if we crush them completely. A few more months will do it. But the president says, nah. So I could take some of their stuff, but I don't care for any of their stuff at the end of the day. So we're just gonna say no, and we're just gonna take the reparations. That does, of course, significantly hurt our economy after the war is over because, well, our budget rather. We are gonna have to go ahead and make some adjustments, so stuff on the East Coast is going into the reserve fleet. Actually, can I just reserve fleet all of these? Okay, I can only do stuff in the home area, so everything in the home area, join the reserve fleet. Can I do the West Coast as well, out of curiosity? Does that work? It does. Wonderful. I did not know that. I think I can also do that with the Caribbean. Yes, okay, wonderful. The Caribbean also works. Do I want to maybe mothball the battleships, though? Yeah, I think I'm going to mothball the battleships, actually. I need to save even more money. Because reserve fleeting that stuff didn't really work. Also, let's stop spying so much on the Russians, because I don't need to spy on them as much anymore. And let's halt production on stuff that's currently being built. Unexpected advances in ship design. Secondary wing double turrets up to 10 inches in caliber. Wonderful. Okay, that gets us some money. Can I can. Yeah, that's fine. New docks completed. We've commissioned submarines. Corvettes have been commissioned. Unexpected advances in explosive shells. Wonderful. Explosives are even better. You know what, actually, I'm gonna mobilize everything. Because actually, it turns out I can afford that. Like, only just, really, to a degree. We are losing money. Commission more submarines. There we go. That gets us back into the black. So that war with Russia really hurt them. They don't have much in the way of military left anymore. So, you know, sucks for Russia. But, you know, maybe they shouldn't have gone to war with me. I mean, sure, I provoked them, but still, you know. They shouldn't have gone to war with me. So I can save periscopes, improve reliability of our subs. Wonderful. What's this? Counterintelligence believes that Italy has stolen technology in subdivision and damage control from us. The affair is leaked to the press and the conservative newspapers are clamoring for action. What should we do? We should send a diplomatic note in the strongest possible language. That does raise tension slightly with them. And the Italian government wants to buy fire control 6-foot rangefinder. Well, I could use some extra money in the bank, and Italy, I don't really expect to go to war with you, and if I ever do, I don't expect you to be a powerful opponent. And we are close to mastering side drums. Send the rest of those corvettes on to foreign station. Can I resume production of you? I can, but I will be almost bankrupt by the time you finish. And our spy has managed to acquire knowledge of hardened AP penetrators from France. Wonderful. And we have got side drums for weight savings on machinery. And Germany's research in turrets and gun mountings has apparently been helped by tech leaks from our industry. Not a fan of that, guys. There we go, that gets us more money. Resume production on another one of the armored cruisers. Now I have a couple extra Pueblos that are just kind of sitting around doing nothing. Well, you know, we'll leave them be. That's fine. They can stay as they are. Also, doctrines. No, it can wait a little bit. Tensions are fairly low. I don't really feel like dealing with the increased maintenance costs right now, so we'll wait until it's a little bit more likely that shit's gonna go down. France is interested in buying reliable pendulum mechanism. You know what? No. Screw you, France. There is actually a chance that I go to war with you. Because you have stuff in the Caribbean, and I would like your stuff in the Caribbean. You also got stuff in Southeast Asia, which I would kind of like. And I wouldn't mind taking the South Pacific as well. But really, it's more so the Caribbean and Southeast Asia that I care about. South Pacific's just sort of a bonus. I am actually shocked that our first war ended up being with Russia. In the numerous games I've played as the US, my first war has almost always been with Germany, and a couple of times with France. But Germany's been the most popular. And Germany's nice because they own some stuff here that has values of 0. So when we get to that, choosing what land I take in the peace deal, or just taking nothing, I can take all this value 0 stuff they own, and because it has a value of 0, it doesn't take anything from me, so I can still get the full reparations while also taking land. It's not particularly valuable land, to be honest, but, you know, it's land. And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of extra land. Ooh, that's a big one for the private shipyards. No. Germany is a potential enemy. About the only people I'm unlikely to go to war with, generally speaking, is Russia, Italy. That's actually about it, actually. Japan, there is a potential to go to war with. Not right now, because Formosa's outside of my invasion range. I mean, I could take it in the peace deal, potentially, but it's outside of our invasion range. And there's no guarantee I'd be able to take it in the peace deal anyway, so... Continue on. Ah, wonderful. Improvements in productivity have boosted our industrial production, gives us some extra money. The Huron has finished its workup. And a colonial crisis with Britain has arisen. I'll take the budget, saying we must safeguard our interests, and if it leads to war, we're prepared to fight it. And we're close to mastering pneumatic recuperators. So that massively jumps up tensions with the British. And like I said, we do have access to oil. I did mention that in the first part, but I forgot to bring up this screen. So even though I can't build anything with it, or yeah, I can't take advantage of the oil, I do have access to it. Germany's commissioned more corvettes. Tensions also lowered with Germany. Main battery wing turrets, wonderful. Oh, improved 2-inch guns that I will literally never use. I say that, and I actually do have some 2-inch guns, but, you know, general rule of thumb, I will never use 2-inch guns or 3-inch guns. They're just not worth it. 4 inches is generally the smallest I'll go for guns here, because anything smaller than that just is not worth it. And they found oil in Germany. You're due to hold a speech at the annual gathering of the Navy League. What will be the gist of my speech? The sea should be kept peaceful. Screw that. We're prepared to safeguard the interest of our nation. Nope. Freedom of the seas is threatened by the imperialistic ambitions of... Well, I don't want to go to war with Britain, because they'd be a pain to fight. 18 battleships, 13 armored cruisers, 25 light cruisers, 38 destroyers. Yeah, no thanks. I don't really feel like fighting Great Britain, to be honest. I probably should, though, to be honest, if I can weaken them at all. Even if I don't gain anything from the war directly, it does have the potential to hurt them enough. But I'm actually inclined to say Germany, just because, as I mentioned, they got some stuff that I can take for free, and I would love to take any of the stuff they got for free. If Japan was on here, I'd probably choose Japan, but Japan's not, so we're gonna go with Germany. Jump tensions with Germany again. Okay, let's resume production on another one of our light cruisers, or not light cruisers, armored cruisers. Aha, -1 14-inch guns. Which means they're crap, but, you know, I have them. I can now technically put a 14-inch gun on my thing. Ship is overweight. There's our timer. Get rid of your torpedoes because you're never going to use them. And you still can't quite penetrate 1.5 inches of deck armor. Which is kind of annoying. Is there anything I can do to get you underweight though? No. Choices are to make you larger. Max size I can build is 23,000 tons, which is, well, overkill. To be completely honest. But I would probably give you 180 rounds per gun. Max that out. Too many secondaries. Or they're too heavy. I could go with smaller ones and keep the same amount, but nope. Can I give you the turrets? No. I have to go up to 8 to get rid of the penalty for moving to actual turrets. There we go. 6 inches there. You cap out at 36 guns. Still technically a lot of unused displacement, so I could make you faster. Get you up to 20 knots. Ooh, yeah, there we go. 23 knots. And the game says, hey, you should classify this as a battle cruiser now. I believe I can actually tell the game just no. And it won't complain about it at all. Yeah, we'll go with that. What's the fastest I can make this without you complaining about it? It should be a battle cruiser. 22 knots. That's actually pretty fast for a battleship in 1904. Admittedly, the first one won't see action until like 1906. Because it's, I believe, 4 months, generally speaking, to design a battleship, even a pre-dreadnought one, and then this is going to take 30 months to build, at a cost of almost $2,800. And also, I'm pretty sure these are not actually, you know, thousands. I believe these are actually supposed to be millions or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but I believe these are actually supposed to be multiplied. So I could do that. I would go bankrupt very quickly if I ever tried to build this thing. But you know, I could technically do it. Get you down to 8. Technically that's fine. Actually, we'll do 8.5. We'll leave that as is. The deck. Yeah, we'll keep the deck at 2. That's fine. Turret top will move up to 3, and turrets will move to 8. You know what? I'll give you 200 rounds. I do 8. That's more than enough. You know what? That's fine. We'll do that. Remember, the game complains about speed if I go to 20, or complains that it should be a battle cruiser if I go to 23. Make this ship a little bit cheaper to build. How low can I get you? Okay. I can get you to 19,200, but that severely limits your upgradability, so I'd probably go with 19,500. That actually gives me a little bit of leeway. 2,500. Do I want to do it? I could. And it is a half decent design if I do say so myself. I could stick with 12-inch guns. The issue is I just don't know. If I pull up my spreadsheet here. I'm pretty sure you guys can actually see this. When it comes to battleships that are currently in action, as of when I updated this between parts. Armor. The most belt armor I'm seeing is a 10. But I can't pen 10 anyway of belt armor. Even with 14-inch guns. And I can't put 15-inch on there at all. So I would do 13-inch guns and they can pen almost an inch of deck armor. Which, as far as I know, nothing has any deck armor, which is unlikely. Any battleships probably do have deck armor, just for whatever reason I don't have the info for that. But most of their ships are running around with 10s, 9s, 12s. I'm seeing mostly 12s for the most part, to be honest. And 12 cannot penetrate 8 inches of belt. It is able to get up to over an inch of deck armor at 12. Actually, I would probably stick with 12-inch guns. Because they're just better, actually. They're smaller, but their quality is ever so slightly better that they actually are more useful to keep around. Also, I need to decrease the amount of guns I have, apparently. Let me dual mount. Okay, yeah, you. Too many secondaries. Okay. Game says this is fine. That's a little bit too much of leftover space. We're gonna do this. We are actually gonna design this ship. The New Mexico, 17,700 ton displacement, 22 speed, medium range, 8 inches of belt armor, belt coverage is normal. I could do narrow. But, why would I do that? Belt extended 3, which is the area up towards the front, if I recall correctly. I believe deck expanded is actually at the rear. Or excuse me, deck extended is at the rear. 2 inches of deck armor, not a whole lot, but it's enough for what it's going to be going up against right now. 1.5 inches of deck extended, 8-inch conning tower, 8-inch turrets, 3-inch turret tops, and 4-inch secondaries. No torpedo defense, because we don't have any researched. We're going to fuel it by coal. I could eventually switch this to oil, if I so choose, but for now we're going to stick with coal. 2 12-inch guns and 2 guns per turret, so 2 turrets. 12 8-inch single turret secondaries and 22 6-inch 1 turret tertiaries. No torpedoes because they're just not worth it. And this will take 29 months to build and cost 2,300 per. So we're only going to be able to build like 1 or 2 at a time by the time we manage to actually build this. So it's going to take 3 months to do the design, and it's going to cost 4,000. Luckily, that 4,000 I have to pay is an upfront cost, not a recurring, so we can do that. But we're going to go ahead and end this part here. Next part, we'll see exactly how well our design there goes, and we'll maybe end up in another war. Because tensions with Britain and Germany are getting a little high. There is the potential to go to war with one of them. We'll see. I would prefer Germany if we do end up going to war with anybody next part. Because, you know, Germany's just easier to work with. But that'll be it for this part. I will see you all next time, but until then, goodbye and farewell.